Hey there guys, my name is Mystic Gamer, bringing you a first impression slash review video of Destiny. Destiny is it's the beta right now, but I thought I'd do a little bit of a review on it since I got to play it for a little bit this past weekend. Okay, so I'm going to give you a brief idea of the story. You are a guardian who had died previously in life. A little robot, or spear, which I like to call Greaves, aka named Ghost, revived you from the dead to get you the help fight back and save, well, Earth. Essentially, Earth thought they were in a golden age, like, for the last century, but the human civilization fell victim to an extraordinary magnitude, aka known as the Collapse. An entity known as the Darkness acclaimed and, like, riz up, like forcing the Earth to like withdraw its mankind and stuff into one settlement, which is a small city. I can't quite remember the name of the. Well, it's basically your overworld. Anyway, in that city, you'll have like your basic merchants and everything, where you just drop off quests and pick up items and stuff. So it's basically a bit of a fetch quest in a way. It plays very similar to Borderlands, which I will be comparing it to throughout this review. Borderlands being one of my favorite games. I'll give you both, basically, the comparisons. The way of like the jumping around and everything, like the leveling up, the fetch quests and everything, is very Borderland-esque. The gameplay plays like basically a first-person shooter, maybe a bit like Titanfall with the way you can maneuver around the battlefield, but it still feels like a first-person shooter, which isn't a bad thing because they're doing it right. It is like an RPG style, style game where you level up, you get abilities. That's where the Borderlands thing comes in. You'll have a skill tree full of many things, which you'll see later on in this video. I'm playing as the Hunter. You get 3 classes. I'm pretty sure it's like you get a tanky class and like a mage class. But with the Hunter, you get a golden gun ability, which allows you to nearly one-shot every enemy, but you only get 3 shots with that gun. You get a throwing knife ability, which is essentially a one-shot, and there's a lot more abilities, but I haven't unlocked them yet because I only played for 2 hours or so. Also, in each level, there are hidden, like, powerful enemies. Like, I found these hollow thralls, which are enemies you fight later on, like, when you're level 8s and 10s and stuff. But there's, like, hidden enemies throughout levels which protect special loot and stuff. So, be careful when you walk down dark hallways because you're not gonna come out alive. I walked into a group of 4 of them and they wrecked my day. Okay, a bit more on the gameplay. The gameplay is just very fluent, very fast paced. Cover, move, hide, everything you can to stay out of the way and avoid taking heavy damage from an enemy, which is mostly what you do in first-person shooters. But with the element of double jumping, being able to spawn vehicles in, and just having, like, you can get people to drop into your party and drop out, which is one of my favorite things about this game. So, when you're playing on a level, there won't just be you, even if you're playing by yourself. There'll be a group of people, like, from 5 to 10 I think there was, when I was playing. And sometimes you can just walk up to them, you can ask them to join your party by just interacting with them, like holding select or start, and they can join you and drop out of your party whenever they feel like. That brings me to another interesting feature. While you're playing on each of these maps, sometimes there will be random events that will like be there for everybody. They're optional, like defend a point or descend this person or something. But everybody who joins in, you all get like extra loot, extra experience, and it's just better. And it's like complete chaos for 2 minutes straight. You have now a bit more of a comparison to Borderlands. The way it looks kinda is similar, but it's not as cel-shaded in a way. But graphically, Destiny is a very beautiful game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty hyped for the game coming out later on this year. Well, I think it's later this year. Anyway, with the gameplay and such, the more and more you level up, you feel like you're getting more powerful, but yet so do all the enemies because, well, it's like an RPG where everything levels up with you. Besides that, you get 2 choices for each time you pick a level to jump in and do. You get normal mode, which is basically your level and up, like from 4 to 7, but you also get hard mode, which is like level 5 to 7, and etc, etc, etc. But with that, it also comes extreme balancing. So if you want to play harder, you're going to have a harder time getting through each level, but you will get rewarded much better. Which is a good thing, in the sense of, hey, I did this, I worked harder, give me better loots and everything. Which is a good thing. Anyway, with Destiny, you will be fighting some basic enemies, like you get your thralls and stuff, like underground creatures, which are the weakest enemy, I reckon, from the darkness, but when you fight them, they will be coming at you in like packs and groups of 10 and stuff, and they just keep coming as waves and waves. Quickest way to deal with melee, or just shoot them all in the head. I mean, what else takes something down that quick? They also will bring up like wizards and hollow knights, which are real powerful buffed enemies which will take you out. But we'll get to that later on. So the darkness, you can see it like seeping through like the ground and stuff when you're in like complete darkness areas. So you'll be walking through like a tunnel or something. If you look to like the pillars and stuff, there's this black mist looking up. I'd like to think that's the darkness. If it is, I'm going to give the developers props and say well done, because that's a lot of detail. One thing that did bug me, I found invisible walls here and there, but I'm just going to assume and chalk it up to being a beta. Hopefully there's no invisible walls everywhere else in the game, because that would get kind of annoying, like you'd be like, oh man, a visible wall. So throughout the game, you'll be running into these areas called darkness zones where you cannot actually respawn. If you die, you respawn at the start of the level and you have to try it over and over again until you can beat it, which is actually a very interesting feature. So if you're going in there by yourself, make sure to be a bit more careful and stealthy to your approach. But if you have a group of friends, make sure you just go in guns blazing, because they're normally easy-ish compared to what level you are. But the bosses at the end sometimes are a bit of a challenge. The first one I ever went into had this Vanguard, I think he was. Guy scared the crap out of me, but it turns back, all you had to do was stand back and pick him off with a sniper. So the game has beautiful sound design, like the guns sound great, like all the pulse rifles, like everything is very on par. It makes you believe like you're just ahead in the future. But some of the guns still sound modern, like the way they look like you have a carbine rifle pretty much at the start of the game to use as your starting weapon. But the music in this game is just... I don't have words for it. It draws you in. Like, the sound design and what Bungie put into this, and Activision as well. The sound design throughout this game, the music and everything will really get you in the mood. Like a sense of adventure, like being the only one who can do something. It's epic, it's like emotional kind of at the same time. But I'll let you guys listen to some of the game sounds in the background, and you tell me what you think. Alright, level design. It's very, very open world-esque, pretty much like what you would get in Borderlands. That's where the comparisons come in. The way how you can get from point A to point B, however you feel like. If you can see an open way there, you can get there. So with that, you get vehicles throughout the game. At the moment, I only have a Sparrow, I think it's called. It's like a hover bike kind of thing. You just boost everywhere. But when you try to hit an enemy, it does not do much damage. So just take that in mind and be careful when you try to run over somebody. Which I don't know why. I tried. It got me killed once or twice. Anyway, with more and more of playing through this game, we'll finally get more on the story. But with the story so far, we know we got brought back as a last hope, so we could fight the darkness and the evils that are coming. At the moment, like the Fallen, who are the current enemies which we get to see, are not actually like the biggest threat we actually have. They are just trying to locate something to find how to activate the darkness. Then at the end of my video, you'll see me get swarmed by a bunch of Thrall, Wizards, Hollow Knights and stuff when we activate a ship of some kind from the Earth and they all just rush you. So that could have been our fault and we might have set like something in motion. But I have to play more to find out, so I can't really like, talk more on that. So anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with a bit of a rating for now, and I'll get more on this. But also, just watch through the end of the video, you'll get more gameplay and stuff, just extra stuff I had recorded, because, you know, it's Monday random gameplay. Anyway, I give this game a 9 out of 10, but that's only for the beta. I will re-review it when the actual game comes out and I know more about it. Thanks for watching. I've been Mystic Gamer. Make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'm out.
There's the controls. I'll see if these codes still work.
Okay, negotiating crypto systems. Shore resistant security lattice verified.
It's working. Outside, the array. It's opening.
Amazing. It's activating. Hive tomb ships. Cutting through. see this.
The array. It's controlled by Rasputin, the last war mind. He won't let me in. But it's connecting to defense constructs all across the system. There could be something out there.